How you doing, guys? It's a very, very rainy day coming, but Beva, how you doing?
All good, my guy.
Nice to meet you, man. I'm doing this for the graffiti culture in South Africa. So, where did you get the name Beva?
Job it comes from a nickname when I was younger, and I had like buck teeth, like Bugs Bunny or whatever. So they used to call me Beaver. You know, then it became Beva as just like a nickname for the around the streets and the wood and whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So, who inspired you to start painting?
I was always into different kinds of music, and we used to look at the hip hop magazines and stuff like that from overseas.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. And in there was always some graffiti pictures.
True.
And in our neighborhood there was just like tags and just like gang graffiti, and that inspired me. I've always been a fan of even the wood graffiti.
Yeah.
But then just seeing those pictures in those books back in the day, the hype and that kind of thing was drew me closer. Made me realize it can be just more than a tag or just more than a quick scribble. That it can actually be colorful and brought to life almost like a picture.
So, who's your top 5 in South Africa?
Top five artists. Kocha is my favorite. He's like meeting the hero.
Yeah.
For me, that's how it was. I worked with him a couple of times as well. He's a brother of mine as well. I met him through, but I used to watch his graffiti like from young, when I was still a DJ. I used to watch his graffiti and be like inspired by his stuff, and then having to see more and more of his stuff and follow him as well as work with him. Was really a good inspiration to me. But I would say number 1 would be him, and then number 2 is like Rusty, because of how lucky he does letters. Then number 3, I actually no order. We Falco and Mac 1, and lots of the old school cats. Cats that were doing shit back then. Even some of my friends seeing Trips and stuff back in the day was an inspiration, because he was like the underdog doing the only one trying to do something different with graffiti. Every other oak had similar-ish stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, things like that.
Okay, so
it wasn't always the goodest, the best cat,
but he was there.
But yeah,
okay.
But even Kocha was one of the best back then.
Okay. Where's your first wall? And think it's still there?
Was probably in my old neighborhoods and stuff.
Yeah.
Where I saw a lot of gang graffiti. I know of a spot that there's probably still an old Beva there. Yeah, probably, because there hasn't
Changed.
been painters really, artists really after that from there. There's been DJs and hip hop MCs and stuff, but not really.
As far as painters in your neighborhood, it was just you.
But the graffiti, I mean the gang related tags, that's always been a coming up thing. It has. I still
Always
see
been
that.
there.
Yeah, in those neighborhoods.
Okay. So how long you been tagging?
Jeepers, like maybe 20 years now. About 20 years now. I've been taking it seriously.
Okay.
Let's say that.
We're gonna
Seriously.
cut.
I did it in school, and then I went and pursued a career, like everybody else, work and stuff like that, until I could get myself back into it, by doing tattoo designs or logo designs for people, and drawing just stuff that other people were paying me for. Made me realize that actually I could take this thing more than just graffiti.
Okay, one more question before how often does the municipality cover over your shit?
Not that often. It used to be more back in the day, but because it the graffiti comes and rejuvenates an area and brings color and brings life and whatever, it's actually like a selling piece now. It's part of the culture, you know what I mean? It's not just some scribble on the wall.
Well, let's just wait in the car. Yeah. Beva, in another location, the rain stopped us. But how long you been tagging?
About 20 years. Seriously
Yeah.
for 20 years, yeah.
In the streets.
Before then I was a DJ and whatever, always watching graffiti. And I've been always into graffiti, but took it seriously 20 years ago, yeah.
Okay. So, what crew do you belong to?
MHC, most hated crew.
And how many members are in your crew?
So we used to be 12 of us back in the day, but now it's slimmed down. Now I could say there's about 5, 6 of us, maybe 7. Yeah.
And why the name MHC?
Because when we started out as lighties, as the youngest cats around, new faces or whatever, no one wanted to paint with us. We were always painting with ourselves and our braza and whatever, you know what I mean? None of the real painters wanted to paint with us. So we were like, nah, they don't like us. We're the most hated out of, they want to paint with us. So yeah, that's the crew name.
Okay. So how many other crews in Joburg are prominent?
I would say one of the biggest crews out there is the SEC crew from Soweto.
Okay.
I would say they've been keeping it going for long. They're still strong. They still bring the pain, to the wall. They bring all the style and whatever as well. The other crews have, fallen off. A few people stop and then whatever, and then the crew is not as prominent as it used to be. Yeah, but the SEC crew, I would say, is Joburg's strongest crew. Then we got like Quest, BFC, MHC, the pressure control crew, PCP, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But also crews aren't as big as they used to be. Back in the day, you would want to be in a crew to paint. Now it doesn't matter if you're in a crew or not, Yeah.
You can still make a name.
Still make a name for yourself, for sure.
Okay. So, how does race contribute to graffiti in a country like South Africa?
It's multiracial. Multiracial. You get all kinds of cats doing graffiti. All of them are black. Doesn't matter which caste you're from. There's someone there that's doing it seriously or not seriously enough, but they're there. It's diverse. Yeah.
Okay. So, from an outsider looking in, I'd like to know, how does it feel to see your name all over the city, man?
Eish, bruh, it's a rush. Seriously. It's graffiti has become to me, it's like an addiction in a way. It's my work and it's my hobby at the same time. I love seeing different forms of art. You know what I mean? It's not just one kind of art, but I love graffiti because I know where it comes from. You know what I mean? It comes from the down and dirty, the spots where we used to chill on the corner, that kind of thing, out until the streets. You know what I mean? So yeah, but also to see your name in different areas, different locations, different ones that you've done. It's just like a different feel. I can't explain it. You know what I mean? It's another feeling. Another feeling. I haven't gotten from anything else. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
Okay. So, do you have an occupation besides painting? And what's your job history throughout the years?
Occupation, I'm an artist. I'm an artist, that's my occupation, and I'm a graffiti artist. So in my spare time, I want to go and do pieces and tags and bombing and roll-ups, you know what I mean? But during the weekend, when I'm working for a customer, I do what they want me to do. A logo design, a wall, a picture, what they want.
Yeah, I get you, man. So where were you raised?
I was raised in the East Rand.
Yeah.
Come from Cape Town as well. Got Cape Townian family, got Durban family, but I'm a Johannesburger. Raised in the East Rand. I eventually moved. I stay now in Midrand, but I'm all over Joburg. East, west, north, south. I've got people in all those areas, and spots.
No, and the graffiti shows. So, what's your favorite font, and how quickly do you get it done?
My favorite font at the moment is the font behind you because I can bomb it quickly. I got more intricate stuff that take me a little bit longer, like a few hours or whatever to do, get as most detail as I can out of it.
Okay.
I'm into my own designs also, but I don't want to follow the same as everybody else is doing. You know, I try and do something different. But yeah, this one behind me is the quickest, you know, at the moment. It does the most, covers the most and does the most damage for what it is. You know what I mean? It says straight up graffiti. It's not some art, some street art.
No.
You know what I mean? It's graph shit.
It's graph.
You asked me also about jobs.
Yeah.
I wasn't always an artist.
Yeah.
I wasn't always, didn't do this as an art all the time. This was just like a sideline thing, you know, people asking me for a logo design or company
Pitching them.
exactly, something for them, you know, or a t-shirt design or a tattoo design type thing. And I'd get paid from just doing those kind of things, and it made me realize that actually I can take this graffiti thing seriously. Like I can really push it. It can be an art as well as just an hobby, you check.
Sure, Beva. So, on a note, have you ever had any law enforcement encounters while you out painting?
Not really, but we do it in a way that it kind of is. It looks legal, you know. When the cops have stopped or whatever and asked questions, we were like, nah. The guy asked us to paint some stuff here. You know what I mean? We were busy painting his stuff for him over here, you know. More than the tags and the bombing type thing is just taking walls. It's just making sure you go there, you suss the spot out, and make sure you're able to hit the quick ones there, you know, the quick ones before the cops pull up. But yeah, it's about taking spots, finding them, and sussing them, seeing how hot they are, if it's worth the risk or not, you know.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been seeing graffiti all over, but I wouldn't know how it works. So, what are the rules and ethics amongst the artists?
Okay, amongst artists is we respect each other. You might be just in the game. I might be doing it for long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Any new face is a positive thing towards graffiti. You know, we don't just go and paint over people. And back in the day, that's how it was. You had to go and paint over the new cat on the block so you can try harder and try harder and try harder. But because there's so much wall space, there should be space for everybody to do whatever they want, you know, whether it's street art or graffiti.
Well, so getting to that, I have seen painted over arts. So what form of rivalries do you have in this work?
Say that again?
I've seen painted over arts before. And what causes that?
On the streets, graffiti comes first. It's then street art. You know what I mean? The game was opened up by graffiti artists. Us graffiti artists gave space to the street artists, which are allowed to now go and take the whole day or 3 days to paint one picture. You know what I mean? But it all started with the graffiti art and us going out there and taking our time and putting up some proper work. You know, that opened up the space for everybody else.
Okay, so
it's graffiti art first, and then street art and adverts, signage, sign writing, whatever. But it's graffiti comes first.
So
yeah,
there's 1,000 eyes that see your art every day, man. Where does someone buy it? Is it possible?
Yeah, I sell, but I more sell what people want.
Oh, okay.
I don't sell because my graffiti is for me. It's for me.
Sure.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't care if somebody else look. I respect and I appreciate all the people that that like my graffiti and whatever. But it's mainly for me. I go and do my own thing out there. You know what I mean? I go and do my own shit, and some people like it, but it's not for sale. I'm not trying to push my graffiti onto someone. Yeah, if they come and ask me for something, I'm always open to doing some work. You know, whether it's a piece or some graffiti or some street art, I don't mind. You know.
Okay, so Beva, we're in a third world country, man. You know, and there's all the regular ways of getting jobs is done, man. No one's hiring. So do you recommend this career to be lucrative enough for someone to survive?
You know, no, not really, because there's sacrifices to be a graffiti artist. Even sometimes I'm like, nah, I can't do this for the whole month. You know, I need at least a stable job. You know what I mean? Because, for instance, through that whole month, I've only got one client, call it. You never know, but it comes with if you want to do it, there's things that happen with it. You know what I mean? There's sacrifices you need to make, and you can't go out partying the whole time because you got to spend your money on your graffiti cans. You know what I mean? On your stock to go and put up your own stuff. You know that maybe nobody really likes in a way. But in the same breath, it's fulfilling. For me, I feel it's fulfilling. It's something that I've loved doing. I mean, I'm doing it for another past 20 years. But for me, it's what gets me going. You know what I mean? Is at least I've gone and done some graffiti, or whatever. I didn't have to go to a party. I didn't have to get drunk. I didn't have to chill out with the brother or whatever. Just went and did what the fuck I wanted to do. You know, it makes me feel like there's some sort of purpose to my life in a way. Yeah.
Sure. So, you think graffiti can be taught, or you're born with it?
It can be taught, but you need to start at being some sort of an artist. Either loving art and trying to put the work in anything that you try and pursue, that you really put your heart into, and you really can be. You don't have to be it. You don't have to be a musician to an artist to be a full musician. You know what I mean? You can learn that thing. You can learn that art skill,
form,
the art form, and become that musician, become that artist, but it's all about you personally wanting to do it, you know?
Sure, brother. So, how much have you spent on paint? He said 10 years. I'd like to know this.
That's a well. That's like throwing shit down a well, bro. You just throw that money down the well or down the wishing well, and you just hope like, okay, at least out of the last 10 ones, they're like 5 of the last 10 or something like that, you know. But it all comes down to life is short, bruh.
Yeah.
Life is short. You can die at any moment. You want to feel that you've done something with your life, whether other people like it or not. It's making you happy. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. You know what I mean? You can go out there and we're all doing different things, but no one's happy. Maybe only one of the cats in the crew is happy. You know what I mean? The other cats are just doing it just to look, just to be out there. You know what I mean?
Part of something.
Yeah, it's all about what you want to do.
So, yeah, man, people just see the paint. They don't know the face. So, what's your favorite beverage, meal, hobby, man? They want to know if you're a human like us.
No, I'm human.
Or you're Superman.
I'm human. I go and drink sometimes. I party. I mess on walls also. You know, I fall and stumble, bruh.
Yeah.
Fall and stumble. I'm not always positive, but I try and smile a lot. And yeah, they keep dreaming, bruh. Everybody needs to have a dream that they can follow, that they can follow. You can change. You can do it as a second thing and be a hobby first before it becomes your full-out dream. You know what I mean? Life is short. There's no use. There's no use in being negative and not enjoying it. Even if it's not lacquer, you gotta find some fucking way to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so Beva, that's all the questions I had.
Can I ask one question, man? So look at it this way. So with any type of street culture, right? We always see beef somewhere, somehow. Like Biggie and Pac, that's hip hop. Street hustlers, they got beef. Graffiti world, is there any beefs you saw coming up?
When we were talking about the rules right there, there are rules to graffiti as well. First of all, yes, we let any cat that is new in the game paint, but there's rules to the game. You don't bite, which means you don't steal from other artists.
Even in rap.
And now that there's internet or whatever, you can find many forms and many types of art on the internet. You know, you need to go home and go and draw and whatever, and come up with your own shit. You know what I mean?
You heard that.
Go home and draw, go and study, learn all the rules, know where it starts from fucking tagging to straight letters, block style, to bubble letters, to pieces, to full-on murals, you know, 3D, lots of different styles in graffiti. You gotta go and find your gap, where you best fit in, you check and develop that.
So for the most part, it's like, what's the word? People maintain respectful.
We respect each other and whatever.
Yeah.
Bruh, I see you coming up on the street, I'm gonna big you up. You know, whether I've been there 10 years or 2 years, you know what I mean? We big each other up. We don't paint, we don't bite. which means still we don't paint over each other just like that. You check you when if for instance I want a spot that you got, I go and ask you. I'm like, hey, my guy Mfundo, bruh, that one over there is looking old or whatever, that kind of thing. Yeah, we're a community. We're a community. We might not always chill together. We know each other or whatever, but there's respect. You know what I mean? I go and tune you, listen, that spot or whatever is looking old, dirty or whatever. I want to go and do something there, if it's fine with you or not. You check. Otherwise, if you just go and paint over people's spots, there's beef. There's beef. You know, you are causing unnecessary problems. There's so many spots and so many walls out here. You know what I mean? We don't need to be painting over each other. You know? And obviously, there's a thing of block letter can go over a tag type thing, or a bubble letter can go over a tag, and like a piece goes over a bubble letter, or like a straight letter. You know what I mean? There's higher, yeah. You're gonna go and do a full on murals with characters and stuff like it can go over, but it's not intentional. You still go and say, listen, you did something, especially if it's a well-known graffiti artist. You be like, yo, listen, guy, you got this spot here. Me and the other cats wanna take it, whatever. It's good. Otherwise, you cause an unnecessary beef, and then the beef carries on. But we paint over each other and whatever. You might start. I have to go and stand up for myself and go finish it. That's what happens. You know what I mean? And anything is game. Doesn't matter when you did a tag somewhere or a piece or a mural characters. Took you 3 days to do. It's gonna get covered. You know what I mean? It's game, man. It's part of the rules. It comes with the game. You know it. You know the rules. You know the rules.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Like, I can't wait to show you guys this at home, man.
I'm all over Josie. All over Josie. You can find me on the internet.
Beva.
Ain't hard to find. You know what I mean? Whether it's a job, whether it's a party, to do some graffiti, if it's a hip hop thing, I'll pull through also. You know what I mean? I follow the culture. I love the b-boying, the hip hop, you know, graffiti, all of it. That comes with that culture. You know, dressing, acting it, loving it, fucking doing it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All comes with culture. Ain't hard to find. I'm here in the streets.
Okay,
near a hood near you.
definitely. Guys, on Instagram is BEVA_MHC. So that's BEVA.
At Beva MHC. One word on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook, you can find me, Beva for real. You know?